All right. So, last session of a host of angels. And yeah, so you all are at the bottom of this cave, which was called the Trickle. And we found out the Trickle was a steady flow of angel blood that was messing with stuff. And what was happening there, by the way, was the first demon was hiding from that demonic entity in the basement by being inside the corpse of an angel and placating it by feeding it the trickle of angel blood so that it was just standing there and corrupting the place with its very presence. But then y'all came in there and you killed the demon, and now that demonic presence that you had felt, where like the motes of light that had filled the dungeon and stuff like that, receded with its death. So it's just a regular old cave now. No angel blood, no motes of darkness, just caves for days, except for that, oh yeah, radiant pool of energy with like weapons sticking out of it. So otherwise, just a perfectly normal cave. Really, completely normal. Tiny black holes, yes. Well, not anymore though, because that demon was slain. Oh yeah, another thing I was wondering, Manikel. Oh wait, no, I guess that wouldn't apply because you have to land the killing blow to take its power, and you were robbed of that by Ariel. Cool. So first order of business is I assume that people go over and take some angelic weapon action happening, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So what that looks like is imagine just like shafts of pure energy, and then when you grab them, they turn into the weapon that you want. And they all do this the type of damage that whatever it is that you want this divine weapon to be will do, except that they deal more damage to corrupted and demonic entities, as well as when you grab these weapons, you sort of have like a divine inspiration or like a flash in your mind's eye about what is like kind of going down. And essentially what you glean from like what these weapons are showing you is that um maybe if it was a TV show, we'd get a shot of you all like freaking out, right, as you touch the the weapons, and then the camera like zooms up and then like across the way, so it goes like above, shooting out of this long cave, up and out where that stream was where you fell, and then it zooms like across this land that has been corrupted and is all messed up and stuff. And across the way is this large mountain. Yeah, it's like a mountain that's like very steep and like a spire that goes up and up, and the top of it pierces the clouds, and it's basically saying this is the way like home that you need to go back to. That's how you get out of here, essentially. And I'll recap what your mission is too, because it's been a while. So basically, what happened at the start of all this, right, was you, Raphael told you that a um, entity thing came into heaven and was stealing the horn. And as soon as that happened, you guys, the like special forces of the angels, uh, heaven enacted its like, I don't know, White House down protocol or something, right? And it like dropped you guys down to limbo. You got your mission, you went down here, and throughout all of that time, heaven has been like frozen. So you guys are like on a different plane of existence. Literally, time is moving differently. And this is all like a, yeah, like a special mission for heaven, basically. So up in heaven, basically what people would see is just everybody frozen in time as um like this that happened exactly when that whoever is stealing the horn, so their hand would be like on the horn right now up in heaven. while you guys are down here getting your holy weapons on and, you know, going about your business and stuff like that. So the sword just, or your divine weapons just remind you of this. That basically your job now that you have them is to like get up in that mountain, go home and get rid of the person grabbing the horn. That is not Gabriel.
So my question is, why did it send us to perdition and then we have to go back to heaven?
Because there's no you needed specific weapons. Also, there would have been more to this if we had an additional session.
Oh, okay, that
But
makes sense.
this is a truncated adventure. Yeah, it's a weird road trip. They wanted you to bond. It's all, as soon as you get to heaven, you just find out that it's like an exercise, you know? They just needed to test you all out. No big deal. You guys wouldn't be mad, right? It'd be fine. But yeah, so essentially there would have been more to this, but at the moment you just needed to retrieve your weapons that are meant for slaying and get back up there and stuff. And I think that's it. Let me look at my notes. Yes. Okay, so when you're putting down what weapon it is that you have taken, just mark down the damage that it does based on the Whitehack stuff, and I can tell you what those do. I'll just pull it up. If everyone, it can even just be whatever weapon that you have now, except divine, basically, and essentially what it means is that you'll be able to do a bunch of damage probably on stuff that you wouldn't be able to do damage to otherwise, right? Because you got these god-smacking weapons. Where's that table? Magic and combat. Running. Magic artifacts. I'll just look it up. Sword. Does anyone need information from the table? The Whitehack stuff, like how much weapon X weapon would do? If you have an idea for a cool weapon or whatever.
Can I have a gun?
Sure.
Alright, I'll have a pistol.
Divine pistol.
Yes. Rate of fire 1/3. 1/3.
It's on page 14, if anybody needs it. Pardon?
What's the rate of fire thing?
Right.
Oh, it's shots per round. So I have to spend 3 rounds reloading. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
In that case, I'll get a musket. It's 1 more round, but it deals +2 instead of +1. Like, I can deal +1 with a sword.
Get that divine musket. Yeah, which is 1d6 +2, yeah. Anybody else needs something from the table for a cool weapon of some kind?
I contest that I have grabbed this cache in multiple timelines, multiple times. Okay. And so my divine weapon will be whatever happens to come out of space-time when I need it.
Interesting. Okay. I guess I'll leave that page up.
Yeah, it's on the one of the tabs, one of the sheets in the spreadsheet also.
Oh, okay, great.
The items, I can see all the weapons.
Oh, nice. Yeah, oh, that perfect. Horse is the best. Yeah, he didn't like this sheet, but I think it's fine. Maybe just like some light changes.
It's functional.
Yeah. He just abandoned it. He was like, I didn't like it, so I just got rid of it. He didn't even keep the original. He was just like, nope. But I think it's okay. Does anyone else need some? Does anyone want a Morning Star or a great sword. Or some darts. You want some divine darts?
One divine dart, please.
Yeah.
What
Darts.
it?
I like
Wanna
that
go get?
darts only do 1 HP no matter what.
Wait, what if you have one divine dart that you use by singing, and you fucking like whistle, and it flies out, and you can like whistle it back?
Yes, the dart.
That's a cool ass dart.
Yeah.
It only
It's like
it doesn't do much HP damage though.
What is its purpose? Like, what is it doing?
I guess it's
a
just
dart.
it must
Question.
have came up enough that
Yeah.
he wanted to write it down. So
I have a question. What is Manacle's weapon? Because it looks like a paddle.
a paddle?
It looks
It
like
is
a.
paddle.
Oh, so you're just gonna slap people with paddles? Okay, cool.
I'm gonna slap a person, or demons, or angels, or whatever, with a very fancy BDSM paddle.
Damn, work.
Okay. Sounds good. A flail ignores shield AC. It says that's cool. What else is?
I feel like that works well with Bind Demon.
Yeah.
Flail it.
And like mace warhammers +1 AV versus metal armor.
Ew.
Oh, and if you have a morning star, it does 3 times crit damage.
Nice.
And for some reason, a scimitar gives you +1 AV when you're riding.
Riding what?
I guess a horse. And a spear gives you reach. Yeah, that's about it. A club can be improvised. But yeah.
Take the singing dart.
Yeah, I'll take the singing dart. That sounds. Oh,
Okay.
unless it's not on tone. I don't want to like miss the tone up.
I mean, if you want, it's just that it will do very little damage, right? Like, it's
Actually, it has a rate of fire of 3, so you can throw 3 magic darts per turn.
so 3 HP though. Like,
It doesn't sound like a lot.
yeah. I mean, I guess it's good that it's always 3 HP, it seems, but
I mean, I would imagine that you still have to roll to hit for each.
for each one, yeah, that would
Yeah.
be annoying too, yeah. Be like, okay, let's see if these darts hit.
You must then. Maybe you throw the dart and there's a divine explosion. So you actually have a grenade.
Darren, you're my champion. Thank you.
That could be like a crossbow damage or something.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I
Which
will
is
have.
1d6 +1 damage.
That sounds like more than 3, potentially.
Yeah, potentially. And it's yeah. Or I guess it could be like a sling, but I feel like an explosion would do more damage. But well, you can think about what your divine holy weapon is, I guess. But let's see. Yes. Okay, so everybody has their divine weapons. We'll say that there's like an egress from this place that goes directly up, so we don't have to deal with narrating any of that kind of stuff. Especially because you guys went through the good entrance. You didn't plummet into a hole of blackness to get in here. Plus A+. So, we're going to be going through this plane in a sort of fast method here. So we'll say that you guys all set for one? Everyone's good? Yeah. Got your weird weapons or your normal weapons, paddles and darts and whatever.
Whatever may slip out of the time stream, who knows?
Yeah, or just whatever you take from alternate dimensions, I guess.
Or just a gun.
Or good, yes. All the normal things that you have on your journey to get back to heaven and stop this impending Armageddon. So let's see. So I think as you make your way up the steps again, you see the angelic statue that you had manipulated to get down into the sort of correct way of getting down into the dungeon. And remember that you're standing on sort of like a cliff right beside the flowing water that was falling down into like the path beneath you. And we had described this place as being like kind of Constantine, where the wind and the forces that were like colliding with this world, instead of just like normal wind and stuff like that, it's like burning and looks, all corrupted and demonic and stuff like that. But I think as you look across this place, where you do see let's see, like across the way where you see the spire that leads back up into heaven, you also see these like weird, it's like spears jetting into the earth. Not like ginormous or anything like that, but still probably like 10 feet tall, and as round as like a spear, not too thick. And it looks like from these spears, there's like 5 or 6 darted across the landscape of where you need to traverse to go to the spire. And these things have like picture angel wings that are draped over the spires, but then on the wings they're blackened and have like eyes that are looking around on them. So there's like, I don't know, like 30 eyes or something across all of these blackened angelic feather type things, clearly on the lookout for something. And I want to do sort of, I think it would make sense to do sort of like a montage-y thing until we get to something interesting. Because I also need to sort of truncate this so that we hit this in 3 hours. But I would like to know from, let's see, we'll just paint the scene with some questions. I want to know, who's the most empathetic, I think, of all of you? It's kind of hard to tell these days. Maybe we'll give it to Gabriel. Gabriel, what do we see as you look out and traverse your path to the spire? That is, this place is truly monstrous for the innocents here. Who else? I want to know from Uriel. How do you know or feel that this place corrupts people the longer that they stay here? Ooh, from Manikel. How do you know that there is a root or sort of like, there's like a place within the ground, I guess you could say, that is like emanating demonic evil. That's sort of, you could think of it as like a seed that's in the ground, and you're seeing like the emanations, like the stems coming up from it in the earth. What does that look like and feel like to an angel like you? And how do you know? What does that corruption look like? What does it manifest in the land as you're walking? And last but not least, what does the entrance to heaven look like at the top of this spire? Ariel, and also, how do you know that this entrance, the time that you have, is growing short? Whenever you're ready.
So I think we passed by. There are chained humans in this world, maybe. Okay. And they're of all ages, but there are some that are children and they look fine, but the older ones and like senior citizens and elderly look barely human at all.
Do they look like demonic? Makes sense.
Yeah, they look more like demons than like people.
I so I think along with these like kind of like corrupted angel wings with eyes, right? They're looking out across like the plane we're on. They're supported by this like constant like discordant drone that's like real deep and like sinks like right into your skin in like a super unnerving way that like runs up your spine kind of thing. And I think just like these angel wings have been kind of like corrupted, this I know being like the voice of God kind of thing is like the corrupted voices of like other angels that have fallen. And it like sits in the back of your brain, man. Like it is very unsettling and like stressful.
So they're like singing their own hymns, but they're bad hymns. Bad hymns.
Yeah, it's like our divine song played in reverse kind of thing.
Like that Beatles album.
Yeah.
Roughly equivalent.
Exactly.
Right. Cool.
So the entrance to heaven at the top of a spire. I think you walk up the spire and it's exhausting because it's very tall. And it's probably like past clouds and stuff, like you can't see the top of the spire. And I think when you get up to the top, it like opens up, but above you, it's like the earth, the ground. I don't know why I think I can't fly just because I don't have wings. I can get to where I need to go. But you're at the top of the spire and you look up and it's just like as if it were earth reflected above you, like an inverted reflection. But it's at like a caldera, like a volcanic crater. And maybe there's like a lake or something in it. And you have to like, I don't know. This is the part I couldn't decide on. You gotta like jump into it. Against gravity, you got to jump up and fall. You have to fall up. I think we know that time is running short because when we reach the top of that spire, it's like weird because you have like the ground below you and also this like wacky upside down caldera, and you see the sun. Well, I guess you probably see two suns. You see the suns like going around like very fast.
Cool. I like the cyclical nature since you like fell here and now you have to like fall up. It's cool.
Oh, we can fly up. I can prove to you that I can fly.
For the corruption thing, I think it spreads up into the ground like a vein of a bad mineral running through the soil. And as it reaches the surface, it tints the soil in a way that it looks like that it's striped, that it has different tones to it. But as we climb up, we see that the soil is actually covered in patterns, and when you see the patterns from up top, they're all screaming faces. Like the darker parts of the soil are screaming faces twisted in pain.
Dang. Okay. So this place sucks. Yeah, so I think you're traversing your way through this. We see all of these things in sort of like montage moments, right, in the movie or TV show of this. And as you get closer towards the spire, you see that like there's a writhing ring of like demonic entities that are covering the spire, almost as if they're poised clearly, right? Like as if when heaven is going to become vulnerable to them, then they'll be able to take this path, but at the time they are unable to do that. Realtor, yeah. And yeah, so what do people think of that? what are the people's jobs, or not jobs? What do people think?
So there's like demons like all around and like crawling all over the spire.
Yeah, like as you get closer to it and can see it better, you see like a like a writhing mass instead of the normal rocks and stones and stuff like that would make up the spire.
Interesting.
What you thinking?
I think Ariel is maybe Ariel sees any comments to the group. It's like the spire should be made out of stones, not this writhing mass. Something's wrong here.
Clearly, can't you tell when it was made like this?
Oh, I guess I could look into it.
Do you want to do
Yeah, I guess so.
a roll? Do you have something that would be pertinent for this? Time archivist?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see the layers of timelines and moments.
Nice. Okay. Sounds good. So you'll do a double positive roll on that.
There's no modifiers, right?
Not for this, no.
It's just 2d20.
Yes.
Okay. I'm using green dice. And your label. I got a 9 and a 14.
And
Where's the roll for your party? I forgot what it was.
Oh, I put it in chat. It's
Entirely evolved ferret.
yeah. Oh, there you go. Thanks.
All right, thanks.
Cool. Okay, and both of those are under your stat, I believe, right? Yeah, cool.
Wisdom.
Okay, so what exactly did you want to know?
Just when this happens, I guess I want to see when all the demons crawled up there.
Okay.
In heaven time, please.
In heaven time.
Yes.
It happened 1145 BC. Let's see. Whoa. In terms of what would be useful to you, I think you get like.
Yeah, maybe the beginning parts this is like how long we've been here, because I guess we had shot down and went immediately into a cave.
Yeah, I don't think you've been here long. Like probably just like a few hours, right?
In Perdition?
Yeah. Well, I mean, all you did was like kill a creature and then go spelunking, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So I don't. Yeah, maybe like a day max, right? Yeah. But so I think what you can discern is that this plane has been corrupted for some time. And what they have done, these demonic entities, is they have taken over this place specifically because of the way time works here. It's quite slow. And maybe you'll all notice that by a cool way of showing it would be like as you're walking through this space and there's other mortals here and they're going about their business and being tortured and all that kind of stuff. As you're walking you're moving in such a way that it shows that these people are barely moving. Like you're on a different, what would you call that? Like you're just moving a lot faster than these people. They're very slow comparatively to you. Yeah, you're on another level. Exactly. I like that. That's funny. But what these demons have done is, because time moves so slowly here, it gives them more of a window to enact their plan. So they've taken over this place. They've placed this demonic seed, which is like flourishing here and taking over this place and turning these innocent souls into demons that will become the army that invades heaven. And but they still don't, like, only divine beings can go to heaven. So they are waiting for the horn to be blown for Armageddon to be called, and then they can go up. So in terms of how long this has happened, I think for a really long time. Like this would be like, the angels fell and they're like, okay, plan B, right? Like maybe it took like 100 years or something for them to figure this out, to find this plane and to hatch this plan and do all this stuff. But yeah, so you get the sense that the seed is embedded here specifically to corrupt individuals, to the point of using them for the army. And yeah, and because the time is growing short, you probably don't have time to deal with both things. And that's probably part of the, the deviousness of this.
To deal with both the demonic army and the thing making the demonic army.
Yeah, like maybe angels, some angels, I don't know about you, Ariel, might be like, I don't know, be like, oh, maybe we should destroy this seed because it's corrupting a whole land. But also that, the Rainbow Bridge is faltering. So there's that.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
I think so. I think maybe what we'll see is I'm like, maybe there's some way I can display this, right? For some magical divine lensing technology that we have in the library. So everyone can see that. I don't feel any specific way about it.
I think about it for a second, but then I'm like, no, you guys are my responsibility. I have to make sure you return to heaven with all the feathers still in your back. I don't care about anything else. That's the mission. Until it changes, that's what it's going to be.
I think, no molting. Well, considering how slowly time works here, we might as well just go up and finish the mission, and then none of this really matters. So, I mean, it'll be millennia before any of it matters. All right, I'm gonna walk to the spire.
You say that and everyone's just looking up around.
Come on, Maniko.
Yeah, move, I'm a angel. Yeah, what are Gabriel and Rio's thoughts on this?
I'll go with you guys. I mean,
Yeah, I think what I've seen Gabriel do is like hide behind Menakil. So I think that's probably what Gabriel's doing. We'll follow Menakil.
Okay. So you still have a problem in that the spire is lined with hundreds of demons. So what you want to do about that?
Precisely 6 billion.
Yeah, approximately 6 billion. You need to kill 6 billion demons. No big deal. Time moves slowly here, right? Yeah. We could just abstract it to one roll. Just be like, roll. That's how many billions of years. But I have two thoughts on this. There probably might be an alternate way to get there, or alternately, maybe somebody has a miracle for this shit.
I can channel divinity.
Yeah.
Gabriel, what if we send your 6 billion demon destroying voice back to the beginning and echo it through time until now, so there just never were demons?
Yes. Yeah, maybe we can also like get rid of this annoying like background time as well. You know, like just clear out all of the like flush the place.
We're gonna reset stereo.
Yeah. I love this idea.
So you're gonna, what are you trying to do again?
We're gonna send, well, I guess Gabriel's gonna sing some cool spell, right? And then I'm gonna send Gabriel's voice into the past and echo it forward. Yeah, 2-step process.
Okay, so you're going to sing through the ages.
Ooh.
To do what exactly?
Get rid of the demons on the spire.
Okay, so like your
they
holy
never
voice
existed.
hurts them, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you're making it so they can't get close to the spire or something, or like is this like a for this miracle? Is this like meant to be like the end result? Is it like they're dead, or is the end result like they can't like approach this place or something? Or
I guess like I could say it like they can't approach this place, kind of like it has some kind of sealer barrier around it, right, that they can't like gain access to because that part of the plane does not belong to their dimension anymore. It's ours. They claimed it.
oh, okay.
We're gonna baptize the spire.
Yeah, we're gonna baptize this mofo. Sorry.
Baptize the fire. I think this would be a tough miracle. But yeah. Okay. So you're both working together on it, right?
Yeah, I think so. Unless Ariel abandons me, that I sit by myself.
Oh, I'm working with you.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so yeah. There is a lot of demons.
I'm thinking maybe like me and Uriel could help in a way that you could send us back in time with the song, so we fight a whole bunch of demons in an instant, and then we get back, and then you take out our HP as well to add to their miracles, so it's doable. If Maria's cool with that.
Wait, what? Why don't I just give Gabriel the trumpet I took from Hillel? And that works.
That's very straightforward.
It's a divine trumpet, so that's good. It's a trumpet from an angel of renown, essentially. I think, yeah, I think you could try to do this. It's just like the whole spire is riding with demons, right? So, like, I think maybe you could try to like carve a path as you went or something like that. But
Like the song of the invisibility cloak kind of thing.
what is that?
Like, you know, Harry Potter, like the invisibility.
Oh yeah. Right.
Oh,
That kind of thing.
that reminds me of a godbound spell that is literally you sing, and while you're singing, you're invisible.
Ah, awesome.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Maybe your weapons give you a hint, right?
I shoot darts at them.
So you're saying we can't send a song into the past?
I mean, I think you could. I just think that it's so many of them that it would be maybe a little bit of a disservice to the fiction that you'd be like, 2 angels, it's fine, right? Like, a whole mountain of demons. Lee, 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 lee. But if anybody, maybe like, let's see.
Maybe like we attack the spire to make it like charged or shake it or something, just to repel the demons momentarily so we can rush up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Let me see my notes here real quick. Okay, so I think maybe it would be maniacal because you're all up in, like, maybe you're more one with your weapon than everybody else, right? Because you like weapons, you're a fighter and all that kind of stuff, right? So maybe your weapon drops some knowledge when you take it, right? When you start getting close to the mountain and you see it, maybe it does it in some sort of biblical way that I couldn't think of now. Like maybe it says like prepare the way or something like that, right? That's what it always seems to say. But basically what it conveys is that by somehow corrupting your essence, you can walk amongst these demons, so they wouldn't attack you, or vice versa. You can also increase your divinity in this place, which would have the effect of them not being able to come near you and harm you either. Like you'd be, walking divinity sprayers or whatever, right? You'd have a protective shield of divinity. And the way that you would get divinity perhaps is by helping people out and stuff like that. The opposite of corrupting yourself.
So we kill the 3 anyways? Because that seems to be the only option. Kill the corrupting vein anyways.
I think he's saying like, I don't free the slaves or something.
Yeah, I think that maybe you don't have to like save the world, but but just doing like the things that angels are like known for increases their divinity. So like small acts of kindness. Yeah, hanging out naked. But especially because time moves so slowly in this plane, you could potentially act as like literally as mortals perceive angels, right? Like they wouldn't be able to see you, but you could help them out in instances. And I think an easy way of abstracting that out would just be maybe each of you describing how you would alleviate the monstrous nature of the things that the innocents are experiencing here, and then we'll just abstract it to that, and we'll continue on if that's the thing that you want, unless you want to get corrupted, perhaps. Then that would probably have to do something about with the dark angels or the seed that is clearly corrupting everybody, that kind of stuff. But it depends what people feel like doing, basically. I don't think we have, I think normally I could, if we had time, we could do a little bit more fiction with you guys increasing your divinity. I don't think we have that right now. So if we abstracted it to you just saying how you wanted to do it, I'd be fine with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I have an idea already.
Oh, you would.
Do I just say it? Do I have to roll for it?
Oh, you just say it.
So what I think Manikel is gonna do is he's gonna find. I figure demons sometimes pit humans against each other to fight for amusement, and he's gonna sweep by these arenas and just like interact with the fighters and get them to drop their weapons and just like make peace with each other. And in a little Old Testament way, like that might get a lot of them killed, but that means they're free. They don't have to live in pain anymore. And in some other cases, he's going to fighters that are suffering because they are forced to kill another human by the demons, and he's just consoling them like, you weren't in charge of your actions. Oh my god, there's a siren. You were just being forced to do something. It's not your fault. It's okay.
Cool. And so it's like since it's in like slow motion stuff here, you're just sort of like consoling them, and they sort of like feel your presence essentially, right? But they don't understand what's happening, right? Because everything is moving differently for them here than for you.
I think at one point, one demon tries to whip a fighter into, like, to make them fight, and I just hold up my paddle, and the whip breaks in the air, and they don't know what it was, but it was because I hit my BDSM paddle.
Sounds good. The paddle of justice. Yeah. Cool. What else do people do to level up?
I
I was gonna say that maybe I take down people's histories, their stories. Maybe draw some more portraits. Make sure they're remembered and known.
Cool. Okay.
I'm gonna help out with that by getting the names of the righteous people and distributing them throughout Perdition, so that they learn to do the things these people did and not the bad ones.
Interesting. So how do people know this? Is it just like a scoreboard in their head or something?
Well, it's more like basically placing the books on their hands, I guess, or like suggesting them via subconscious suggestion or something.
Oh, cool. Okay. Sounds good. What about Gabriel?
I'm sorry, I'm so lost. What are we doing?
You're just doing like good acts to increase your divinity. We would spend more time on this, but
Oh, okay.
we haven't the time.
I don't know. Writing hymns about people who are suffering here to remember them in song, I guess. I'm sorry, I'm very lost.
And then so you like that way you can send that back in the past.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, oh shit, stuff's going down. Send it to the past.
Maybe it's gonna happen again.
You're the first angel DJs.
Yeah, awesome.
Let me DJ your torture. Cool.
Maybe like you make nursery rhymes that nobody knows where they came from, but they're really sweet and they give people hope when they need it and they can sing it. And it's just one of those things that get passed down generation to generation. And nobody knows who started it, but it was you.
That's cool. I like that.
Nice one. Cool. Okay, so that will be you're all powered up basically. But why don't we take let's come back at 12 maybe? Take like a few minute break on the hour. Close to anyway. Cool. See you soon.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, cool. Sounds good. Okay, so I need you guys to all roll your group that you assigned your divine group to. And basically, that's going to give me a result that I'm going to tie to how much extra sort of damage that you guys do.
Is it double positive?
Yeah, it's going to be double positive, yeah. So if you're, for instance, maniacal divinities tied to dex, so just roll 2 there and try to get under.
Both under, and because 1 and 12.
1 and 12?
Yeah, and they're both under.
Cool.
I got 1 under.
1 under, okay.
I think I got 1 under.
Okay, that's good. Not bad. Even 1 under is like a full success, so. And, oops, wrong button. I have 1 both under. Cool. Okay, cool. All right, so what so you're all like, you know, powered up. You're like Super Saiyan angels or whatever. What does it look like to negotiate the path up the spire? Like what about your divinity repels these demons? Is like what do we see on screen for the TV show or movie? Is it just like a shield of bright light, you know, that they're all like hissing at and stuff like that, or what?
I think that I don't think I ever said what Ariel looks like physically, but there's no bright light, and I think I've just been picturing them as like this really dark blue skin. And anyway, I was just thinking about that. But no, I think that what happens is like as soon as one of the demons touches me, they just like are sent out of timeline.
So they learn fast. The first couple are like, that's weird. And then after a while, they're like, better just let him go.
Rational demons.
I think since Manukau wears like gold-plated armor all over, when his divinity goes up, the armor just fuses together and he looks like a big golden bullet just cutting through the mass of demons. And they just dodge out of the way of this weird metallic missile.
And so are you moving like quite quick as well? Or are you just like walking at normal pace or?
No, I'm literally a giant bullet made of gold.
Like, but so you're like traversing as fast as a bullet?
Yeah, or whatever's convenient for the...
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. What about Gabriel and Uriel?
I think I'm my parkour skills went up by 10,000%. So now I'm jumping on the heads of the demons, and they don't even notice me.
That's okay. Interesting. And what about Gabe?
Yeah, I think I like the idea of drawing back on his like crystalline prismatic like chamber that he slipped in right before he took off on this quest, and like I guess this poem kind of like takes on a prismatic quality where it's like this is various copies of him, so like evocative of like harmonizing with like himself and stuff when you sing, I guess. And so like we see these like demonic hands like grasping out at him kind of thing, but like sort of missing and going through like these prismatic copies of Gabriel, and I think we just see him like look down at these hands and like shudder as he's, I guess, like recalls like his time when he was devil touched and like having those hands like all over him and like his physical being. Very uncomfortable.
Is he like enticed by all this corruption then?
Like he doesn't want to be, but he kind of is. Like he kind of misses like that touch, but at the same time it sort of like fills him with like disgust and shame.
Gotcha. Cool. Good times traversing the spire. A spire without a blue background font. Darren. That's some shade on the Spire game that I find very difficult to read the text. But anyway, as you get up close to the top, you said it was like a volcanic, like crater kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So I guess before this, at the lip of it, you see a figure that is like clearly one of the fallen angels, and not like folded in on themselves. It looks like that picture, so it's really hard. It's annoying too because the picture doesn't blow up very well. It's really small, but it's also really cool. But yeah, that's roughly what it looks like, except they're not holding a woman. They are holding something that looks like this. This is a bigger picture. So before you can like go up into this crater and fall upwards, you see this entity, and they have sort of their side turned to you. All their attention is being taken up by what they are doing. And what it looks like is they have their blackened wings outstretched, and it looks like they're concentrating, channeling something through them into this basically androgynous white sort of like how would you describe it? Like very like ephemeral, and it looks like what they are doing is kind of like eroding away this entity, which is not mortal. Like it's more closer to something divine than demonic, but not truly like either. Yeah, they've got no legs. Yes. And it looks just like that, where their hand is placed on this like hourglass, and their body is like being transferred into this hourglass slowly but surely. And it doesn't look to be like a pleasant experience. It's not like they're willing and being like, woohoo, let's do it, right? It looks like they have been subdued and subjugated by this angel with the black wings, which is how you know that they're bad peeps. And yeah, they seem to be doing something. What do people want to do?
I'm this close to just hitting him with the battle at this point.
I'm gonna drop kick that mofo.
What's that?
I'm gonna drop kick that mofo.
You're gonna drop kick him? Okay. Go paddle, drop kick. Is everybody attacking?
No.
Okay, so what is Ariel doing?
Raising a hand to disagree, but seeing that it won't work, just lets it happen. This has already happened, so
Is there like
Ariel's mind.
Is there some fourth wall breaking shot of him looking at the audience and like shaking his head?
Yeah,
well,
that's funny.
also in another timeline, I'm guessing Ariel would have also drop kicked him. So
No, Ariel's static. Everything else moves around.
oh, okay, that makes sense.
Nice. So Ariel only does one thing. Everybody else does so many things.
Then how do you justify having 10 billion weapons?
You
Well,
just
I mean, there's
pluck
many. The weapon's not me.
just like basically you're a klepto, right? Like as you're walking, you're just like mine. Pull that into some ephemeral space, and then when you need it, you're just like slingshot, darts apparently that blow up, things like that. Cool.
What I'm thinking is separate them first, ask question later. Like that doesn't look good.
Right. What about Gabriel? What is your plan?
Gabriel's just happy to be here.
Okay.
Ooh. I feel like Gabriel's sort of white maging it in the back, just like ready to jump in like where needed. But
Cool.
it looks like our battle barge and our golden bullet kind of like have this fight in hand.
Okay. Well, yeah, like essentially mechanically, this is like a surprise round, right? Like they're not aware of you, and then after that, we'll go to like initiative or whatever, depending on what is happening. But Ariel and Gabriel, you guys could be trying to figure out what is happening or something like that too. Don't waste your surprise.
Actually, if he's gonna, instead of dropping it because that deals 1 damage, I'm gonna pull out my musket and shoot at him.
Okay. Get a divine shot in. Sounds good. Okay, so all right, well, it sounds like that would happen first and fast, so why don't we have that roll? Although one of you is a bullet, so I don't know. We'll see.
Let's see which bullet gets there first.
Yeah.
All right. So no double positive for anything.
Let's see. What's your? I don't know. Can you make an argument for one of those things?
It is divine, the musket, so I can channel it in my divinity.
Yeah, sure. We'll give it to you.
Right. But that's tied to strength. So does it like not apply because it's strength specifically, or is it AB or?
I think normally it would be a singular roll with AV, but that's fine. Let's just make it a double positive, and you're still trying to hit your AV.
All right, cool. Reroll.
I hit.
I hit with 1.
With 1? Yeah, okay. Cool. So both of you roll your damages.
For damage. Oh.
4. Cool.
Same.
Oh, what was that? Sorry?
Same.
4 as well? Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so 1 is a shot, right, from the divine weapon. And what does it look like for manacles?
I think he unfolds out of the bullet shape just as he's arriving, and then he's got his shield and paddle in hand, and he turns around mid-air using his wings and just smacks the I'm gonna go for the arm here, trying to separate this person from the other person.
Okay, so let's see. Let me check his resistances. Okay, yeah. So the bullet, I think you will be cool. He has like a. He's quite a powerful and ancient being. So I think he's got like his resistances manifests as probably like a similar to that demonic entity with like the weird shield action thing going on over their skin, something like that, except it's probably like a dark force field type thing, right? The bullet cuts through it, but it looks like it's like staying power is dropped by like going through, and it it like hits him and looks like it hurts, but it definitely seems like it's been stopped a little bit by that force field. And then same thing with your blow. Like it seems like it's going through rubber first, right? And then striking the person. But your goal was to separate them, right? So I think you do manage that. They're separated. I think the figure with no legs collapses because, yeah, they were being held up by this person gripping their head, essentially. So they collapse. And I think even briefly, what happens is their hand slips off of the whatchamacallit, the hourglass that was feeding. And then you can see like maybe the demons around you start. No, not the demons. How would I show it? Maybe like there was rain falling in this realm the entire time that you were coming here, and like before it was going very slowly. It speeds up for the second that their hand slips, and then it goes back to being slow again. And the angel is like surprised and disengages, basically like takes the brunt of it and acquiesces to your strength by removing themselves from the person, whatever they were doing with their channeling thing. And they look at you and they have like completely black eyes. During that exchange, though, did Ariel or Gabriel want to do something? Did you guys want to try to figure something out or do anything before we go to?
Would that be like a good time to swap over my like active miracles?
Sure. Or wait, how do?
I don't know how it works. I just know I have an inactive one and an active one, but I don't know how to make them.
I haven't been using them. I just been making things up.
Oh, okay.
The miracles are very confusing to me.
I'm glad it's not just me.
I believe. I mean, you could wise it up, yeah. You could just have said that you had changed it before, and that would be fine.
Oh, cool. I buy Bind Demon. I feel like that it's kind of useful.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that does sound good. Yeah, because normally what it is switching miracles takes a slot of a day of study, concentration, and preparation. So we'll just say that you had done that before, like on your way here or whatever, right? You had done that.
Yeah.
And
in that case, I want to switch my actives as well. I want to have my sword as active and my loot as inactive.
Sure. Good. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds wise. Cool. Okay, so you want to do a miracle then?
Yeah, I'll do a miracle. Why not?
Okay.
I'll bind the demon.
Okay, just a sec. Ariel, what did you want to do?
I think that I want to find out what that hourglass is.
Sounds good. Okay. Let's do that first because it might inform some of what the miracle stuff is going to happen. So yeah, do a check for me on your whatever you're trying to vie for your fictional positioning.
I think that I want to do the same thing that I did with the angel in the cave, right? I like sifted through moments and I want to see the hourglass in different periods of time and like extrapolate from that.
Okay, sounds good.
It's wise or something. I think Chris said that's a time archivist thing. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that's wisdoms.
Wisdom.
Double positive, beta 15.
I got a 4 and a 17.
Okay, so one goodness.
One goodness.
Cool. And so you're specifically just trying to get more information about the hourglass?
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah, the hourglass is it's like essentially like a magical item that is being used to control time, and the person who was holding it, they kind of like go hand in hand. You can tell me how you figure it out maybe, but that person is a god of this realm, responsible for time, and the angel was forcing them to do what he wanted, and basically corrupting them and hurting them and channeling them into their own device and forcing them to do what he wanted them to do.
So the no legs buddy was forcing the god of time to use their special hourglass.
The angel was forcing the god of time to use their hourglass in a way that they did not want to.
Right. Yes, they were coerced into using their hourglass.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh yeah, maybe I know that because there was a big ceremony where heaven gifted this god this hourglass.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's neat. You were there for that party?
No, I wasn't there, but I know of it. I read a book.
Yeah, that's when I invented champagne.
Oh, I almost died.
Cool. Interesting. I wonder.
What's the god's name? Can I name it?
Yeah, you can name them. I don't have a name. You can name them. But the angel that's doing this, maybe it was recorded who gave them that then in heaven. And their name is, oh shoot, I should have looked up how to pronounce it. It's Belial? B-E-L-I-A-L. Belial, yeah. And they're one of the original fallen angels, so they're like pretty bad. They're they're kind of big deals.
And that's no legs over there?
No, that's the the angel is Belial, right?
Does Belial have no legs?
No, Belial is a normal angel.
Who has no legs?
The person that so what you saw when you came up was you saw Belial with the dark angel wings, right?
Okay.
Outstretched wings, and they had their hand on the head of the legless entity, the god of time.
Oh, the god
forcing
of time.
them to do whatever it was that they were doing to slow down time. So Belial has 2 legs and is really bad and forcing.
2 legs, 2 wings, 2 arms. And the god of time has no legs and 2 arms.
Anymore, yeah. Like presumably they did before, but those legs are now in the hourglass or whatever.
They're in the hourglass?
Yeah, it seems like their essence has been slowly being like constrained and put in this hourglass to do this thing, to slow down time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So their like presence and personhood was being converted into the substance that is manipulating time.
But don't we want time to slow down, because otherwise they will take the coin, and so we're shooting the guy who is actually doing the stuff we want.
Y'all shot without asking any questions.
Yeah,
he's color coded as evil.
Yeah, he's color coded evil. That's true.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm super confused right now.
Well, it's beneficial to you right now that time is moving slowly, right? But like so what might be confusing you is the fact like this has nothing to do with time moving slowly in heaven.
Oh, okay. It's just time moving slowly here.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. The heaven slowdown thing is y'all's thing for dealing with emergencies. Yeah. So with that information, Gabriel, do you still want to try to bind a fallen angel?
This calls into question a very interesting philosophical dilemma. In which, how do you classify demon?
Yeah.
How do you classify a fallen angel?
Fallen angel, yeah.
Yeah, biblically anyway, the fallen angels are beings that became the first demons. So it'd be like the mother of demons, right? Or father or whatever. The
parent.
The prime evil. Yeah.
Can I bind it?
Let me look at the graduated scale of hardness. It might be tough.
If not, I'll just shoot darts in his face. It's fine.
Shoot darts in his face. Magic in combat.
Or sing at him.
Okay,
Them.
so it goes, the special scale goes from the cost of 1 hit points to d6, d6 plus 1, d6 plus 2, 2d6, 2d6 plus 1, and finally 2d6 plus 2. But how many hit points do you have total?
12.
Okay. Let's see. I think it would be the hardest one, right? 2d6 plus 2, but you could get it down to, well, you're using a divine thing, right, to do it, are you? Or
A divine thing? Like,
well, if you could somehow get help from a divine weapon or the horn or something like that to do this, I think that would be a lot easier because they're susceptible specifically to that. And in which case you could make a save, which would cut it in half, whatever the total was.
I see.
So if you rolled the 12 and you saved, then you would take 6.
Oh gosh, I feel like this is not my favorite. This number sounds scary.
Yeah. Well, this would be like a one thing, right? You're just like, and I end the conflict. And he's like an original fallen angel. So.
He's the senior management. I get it.
Or if you could get help from somebody else to do that or something, we could talk about taking it down to like 1d6 plus 2 or something like that.
I can recall the name of all the fallen angels, and we can extrapolate which one is this one and use the true name on that.
Ooh, that's cool. I like that.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
Y'all want to try that?
Yeah, bind him with his real name.
Okay. Let's see. Interesting. So the question is if I just be like, sure, you just have that, right? If it's just like, I know that information.
Can I don't know, like roll for it or something? Having been devil touched or like having spent some time down here, does that benefit?
I could justify it with my bard or Goliard, rather.
Oh, okay.
That's why I suggested it, because I can actually justify that.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's good. Justifying is good. Okay, so you have bardic knowledge of angelic things.
Yes, I have bardic lore. That is a skill.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
As a skill. Okay, cool. So you do
Well,
have it.
this game doesn't have skills, I guess. So.
You have it as a group, right? Which is the fictional positioning of it anyway. So that seems likely. Okay, cool. I think that I can accept that. So is that good for you then? 1d6 plus 2 HP's worth?
Yes. I have no idea of the scale of it. Yes, let's do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Okay. It's basically half as bad as it would have been.
Okay. It sounds like less bad than I was originally facing. So
well, the thing about it, the reason why it costs HP is because miracles just happen, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
I
there's
understand that bit.
There's no roll. You're just like, and I just defeated a fallen angel. Right? So really you're just finding out how much that hurts.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to get hurt then.
Okay. So roll 1d6 plus 2.
1d6 plus 2. I see. Sorry, I thank you for your patience. I have a marginally better understanding of how to die in this game.
Yeah, no worries.
It was at 1d6 plus 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I take 6 damage.
Okay. There you go.
At half health.
and then it happens. So okay, so how does this? What does this look like?
Yeah,
Give
how
me
do we
the
team
fish.
up? Do you like do your bodic loot stuff while I sing?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I guess it's a two-step process. I actually should roll to see which one this is. Maybe.
Roll to see which step it is.
Or which
Which
fallen
angel? Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, and I get double positive just because it's under my lore or group.
Okay.
Okay, 9 is under my. What is it? Intelligence or wisdom? Intelligence, right?
Yes.
Okay, then that's under.
Under? Yeah. So you figure out that it's Belial too. Do you
Yeah.
want to make up the true name for him? I'm sure Belial
Well,
was probably just the name that he gave himself, right?
yeah. Okay, I'm. I need to figure out what his slave name is. I guess. uh. Shamyasa.
Cool.
Because that is an actual angel name that of a fallen angel. I don't. It's not the same entity in actual things,
Cool.
but whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I technically named the trumpet angel after Lucifer, so
That's true.
Hallel is it was Lucifer's name, so
Yeah, we're not going with true lore here. That's fine. Cool. Okay, so do you like trumpet that or do you shout it or
I shouted, I guess, and then I guess Gabriel does his magic thing.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
I don't know. It's probably like the most severe like Gabriel's looked ever because he looks quite innocent and like naive, even though he spent a shit ton of time down here in hell. So yeah, I don't know. He probably like I feel like his presence probably like grows a fair bit, like from his like sort of rather short. He's probably like 5'3", like sort of 5'3" self, into like much taller than that. He sort of like looms over this like fallen angel with these like sort of red hot eyes of like divine like blazing divinity. And he's probably like speaking like Latin or something, right? Along with like Shamyaza, he's binding like this fallen angel to like the ground, making him like sort of submit on his knees.
It just looks like he's like tied up.
Yeah, I think so. It's probably, yeah.
Okay, cool. I like that. So can he can still speak to you, right?
Yeah, he can still speak, but he was just submitting at my feet.
Yeah. There it is. Okay. So okay, situation diffused somewhat, I guess. Yeah, I think for I think for a few seconds when he realizes what you're doing, you see like his sort of demonic entity trying to like release the confines of his body, and it goes all like evil Galadriel, right, with the like action happening, but then it gets like shoved back in him and he's all tied up and stuff like that, right?
Because I met him like Gandalf with like, you shall not pass kind of thing, right?
Yeah, you just hit your staff down and you're like, nope.
Yeah, totally.
But it does hurt a lot. It's not as Gandalf, unless Gandalf just weathers the pain a lot in those films, right? Maybe it hurts like a bitch to cast that stuff. Who knows? Maybe that's why he doesn't do much magic.
I mean, he kind of fucking dies when he's facing this Balrog, to be fair.
I mean, that's a lot more epic, though. Usually he's just like, oh, trust me, I'm a wizard. I didn't really believe him in those films until he fell with the Balrog. I was like, all right, I guess he can do some shit. But before that, I was just like, nice, fireworks, cool. Anyway. those movies were great for the fans. Anyway. I think that he's bound, and for a time he's just like screaming in pain and agony and all that kind of stuff, and then he just starts laughing, and he's like, what did he say? I think he says something like, our plan is already in motion, right? Like he does the evil villain monologue, like there's no way you could possibly defeat us now. Plans are underway. We have the shark with the laser fin, with the laser already. It's over.
I say the only plan is God's plan.
Ooh,
and then I put on sunglasses and I turn towards it.
Oh, okay.
No, but for real, like the only plan is his plan. And no evil forces will triumph on this day.
You think that God's love is the only thing, but you haven't felt anything else for all your time. Wait till he casts you out. Like he did us.
You've earned your place, and now you seek to take it away from us. You're a corrupted being who deserves no mercy.
So, is that true? Are you going to like execute him or something?
Oof. Like now, I'm actually having second thoughts about it because you asked me.
Are you gonna paddle him to death?
What's that?
Are you gonna paddle him to death?
Oh, that would be dark. Like beating him to death. That's worse than decapitating him. But if nobody stops me, yes, that's what I'm gonna do.
I mean, I think I'll try to stop you.
Here's a question. Since corruption is a thing, do you think that would corrupt you, or do you believe that would be like the right thing to do? Like killing something that is bound and whatever. Like, is everything like, does not everything actually require mercy?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this is Menekel taking it too far, going the Aladdin slaughters a bunch of orc babies thing, where it's not justified at all. And I'm hoping that Ariel is gonna stop me before I get too far. But as I'm making my speech, I'm like punctuating the sentences with battle strikes to his head.
You're doing like the whatchamacallit, the Quentin Tarantino movie with Samuel L. Jackson. I'll strike down with furious anger.
Yeah. And like his dark blood splatters over my face, and we get a shot of Menekel like stoned-eyed smacking this guy.
Ariel, are you gonna try to stop it?
I don't know if there's anything to stop anymore.
I will stop him if everyone is just sitting there watching.
Well, I mean, he's already done it at this point.
I mean, do one, but if he does more, then yeah.
Wait, is Belial dead or not? His blood is splashing from blood.
I haven't killed him yet.
I think he's just saying if you don't stop him, he's gonna mess him up really good, right? Like kill him with righteous fury.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, yeah, Ariel will like gingerly put a hand on your forearm, and I think maybe I'll say something like, Menekel, it's not our role to judge.
Since when? There wasn't a problem when we were executing the other demon back in the cave, or the demon before that one who took over the angel's body. This is just another abomination that needs to be exterminated.
At some point, we have to remember what we were here for and what we're even doing all this for. We can't keep letting all this get out of hand.
Also, those two were in actual fighting condition. This one is just bound up.
And that.
So what, you're just gonna leave him? You saw what he did to that time creature, spirit.
Let's
It
just.
has to
I
be
mean,
punished.
we're not the punishers, though. How about we just leave him bound and then find another finish the mission, and then have him deal with it.
Oh, so he's gonna you're gonna take him back to heaven for some divine judgment.
Sure, I mean that makes more sense than just beating him to death.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Do we convince you, Maniko?
Yeah. Is Maniko satiated, or is the bloodlust still there?
I think I take a deep breath and I sweep my hand over the paddle and I throw this dirty blood back at his face, and I say, "Guess you got to see heaven again, even though you don't deserve it." And I just turn my back and I'm pissed and I'm running up back to heaven.
Okay, so you go on the bridge with him, or the falling place, the place where you jump fall.
Yeah, and I think I say, "If you want to take this trash so much, you can carry it yourselves."
Dang. Okay, cool. Is everybody going? Also, there's the collapse person. God entity.
I will take the collapse person.
Like you're bringing them to heaven?
I guess we have to figure out what the hell was going on with the collapse person to begin with. So I guess we also take them to heaven.
Everybody, you get to go to heaven. You get to go to heaven.
I will
Everybody
stop
gets to go to
that.
heaven.
Uriel, put the god of time down.
Is he passed out, by the way?
No, I think they're awake, and they're just like they're like just kind of laying there sprawled, and I think this happened all pretty quickly, but I think they're laying there still and just like really drained, right? Like they had their essence literally drained from them and put into their this divine magical item thing. And I think they're just having their hand put on this this thing still, but otherwise haven't done anything.
All right. Can you talk? I asked him.
Yes.
Can you talk?
Yeah, I think maybe let's go full on and just say that you like hear the voice in your head, right?
All right. Can you explain what happened to you?
Sure. Maybe you get like just a flash of their memory montage style, right? So I can info dump you. Basically, it seems like the appearances is what happened. Basically, Belial came down or came up. I guess they came to this place, and it. Basically, this spire is where this god usually dwelt, and Belial took them, and there was like you see like a sort of wizarding duel type thing happening between the two. Belial defeats them, and then starts doing that spell, and then you guys came up on them.
Do you know what the demon's plan is?
Sure, I think Belial would have been a monologuer. So he says that, or they say, because they're a god, I don't know if they have gender, but they say that the plan is for another demon who has already made the journey up to heaven to retrieve the horn of Armageddon and, cause destruction.
And what was your role? Why did he need you to slow down time and put it in a box?
Well, the actual magical device is something that Heaven was gifted to them, right? But like part of their plan to slow down time was that way when they were making their egress from heaven, when they finally entered this space, they would be able to control time. And then if angels came to try to get at them, then they would just be in like a better place to deal with them, because they would suddenly be in a slow time, and then they would be able to move at normal time.
Oh, so and also to do the horn 7 times and without the angels noticing. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna put his hand off the hourglass or the device that. Basically, I'm gonna turn off the evil plan thing, so time moves quickly again.
Well, before you do that, they say that the fact that time is moving more slowly is what is maintaining the connection to heaven as well. So maybe
maybe take him to heaven and then do that,
or leave to heaven and then have me take my hand off of it, right?
Okay, that makes sense. Let's do that.
Yeah. Although, yeah, I guess maybe he does need some healing or something. It's up to you guys, I guess.
How do we heal?
Yeah, I hadn't really thought of it.
Because I thought about it. Maybe the way.
Reverse time around his wounds, so he's healed.
Except he's the god of time; he can do that himself.
I was thinking of breaking the hourglass and then using the time that was taken and put into the hourglass to give it back to him, and he can do whatever God time energy do.
That sounds dope. Let's do that.
So you're gonna put the legs back together from the sand or something?
No, I don't know. Probably something a little bit more abstract than that.
Well, I like that. Like you're giving their power back to them, and then that would naturally
facilitating that.
Yeah, that would naturally give them their body back, right? I'm sure they have some powers. They're divine and a god and stuff. Although, they do rule over a plane where demons took over everything, and they got
adjusted all the time.
Yeah, things happen, right?
Unfortunately, this probably would close this pathway to heaven. Freaking this hourglass, though. So maybe part of this is I tell you all this idea, but I think Ariel's like, but you'll have to go first, so I can do this.
Right. So your plan is to do it real quick and then hop on the last ride out?
Oh, if there is a last ride out.
Sure, yeah. Although it's cool enough that I don't want to be like, you can have it, but also you're never going back to heaven. But yeah, we can just make it so that you're the last one that rides out. Especially since it makes sense that you're the manipulator of time and all this stuff, right? It makes sense that you'd be able to get the coattails or something.
I'll save it. I'll slow down some timelines second by second. So by the time this is done, I can just hop to another one and get the last elevator up or down.
Or just hop to a timeline where you escape with the rest of us and him is still down there, I guess.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. Cool. So what does it look like?
I think that maybe there's an inexplicable storm that whips up the sand after it's broken out of the hourglass. And I think that from probably I can't see anything being engulfed in the sandstorm and also simultaneously going back to heaven. But I think from the zoomed out camera, the long shot that the audience sees, maybe they see this poor no-legged god crawling through the sandstorm, but then slowly they start to get up and then they walk, and then by the time the sandstorm is done, there's probably inexplicably no sand left. And they're there standing and gleaming or sitting or however they want to be. Maybe they have no legs. Maybe they just float around. Maybe they do handstand walks. They're functional.
Sure. Okay. So they're back to the normal self that everyone can picture individually, I guess. And then you guys go up the chute or the rainbow bridge thing, right? You jump up to fall. What is it like? This transition?
Oh,
Is it like falling? Like, is it just like where you'd be in space and that's just like your new position?
I think it looks like possibly at first you elect to unmoor yourself from gravity, and then as you fall, there's probably like the camera just like rotates, and then eventually the other people do, and then you're just standing there. It's like as if it were no distance at all, but maybe it feels like to the characters that there is distance.
Oh, yeah, I like that. All right, let's take our last break and come back at 12 again, I guess, and then we'll wrap it up. Sound good? Cool. Okay, so what do people think heaven looks like?
Oh
Easy.
boy.
I'm bringing the easy questions today. Is it all like up in clouds and everything, or what? How biblical we go in here?
I'm thinking of going with the hell is other people vibe and say that heaven is just a blank cloud slate and you only see the people you're looking for.
All those other angels are around. it does sound like heaven.
I like that idea, and I think maybe, well, maybe it's not useful. But it also takes on the aspects of like what you want to see. So there's buildings and whatnot. The structure is like the same, but like the architecture, I guess the design is the same, but like the aesthetic elements are all different for everybody. So Ariel, I think, sees a lot of like old cracked marble. That doesn't really give like one unified vision, though.
That's fine. It sounds cool. So heaven seems pretty subjective in some ways. Yeah, that's how people want to do it up. Anyone else have any things to add about it?
Earth is up.
Pardon?
The mortal world is up, so we're kind of upside down in heaven.
Oh, cool. Okay. Sounds good.
I feel like to the same extent that it's very subjective and sort of like you can materialize, so I guess, or find people, like depending on who you want to find them. I feel like it subscribes to that same dream logic of like you can be in one location and then like you think of another location, you kind of like blend into it without needing to worry. It can go from A to D without like B and C. So I was like, wow, dream big, Lauren, like A to D. Yeah, so I love the idea of sort of like people walking together through heaven, sort of like transitioning through spaces that like aren't sort of temporally or like proximally linked, fading in and out in a transition.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. So I wonder, let's see. How do you find the focal point then of like where this disaster has happened? Because remember, it's like frozen time up here, right? Like at that instant. So is it similar to the dungeon where you're like hearing the music to where you need to go? Or
Well, if we go with Anakel's suggestion or Luis's suggestion of how heaven works, we just get there because we find whatever we need, right?
you're just walking takes you to where you need to go? Cool. I like that. So I think where you're taken to is like a room that sort of looks like a museum where a bunch of different devices and things are like put on display. And it's not, what would it be? It would be like an active museum or something. People take these things out and use them quite often, but are otherwise stored in these like display cases and stuff like that. So you see like divine weapons and, well, I guess not divine weapons, but divine things in there, similar to mythological things, just like the trumpet that would cause Armageddon. So people probably don't take that out and use it, which is why the museum had an alarm-ish thing happening there. Don't end Armageddon, please, and thank you. There's a note below it. No, I'm just kidding. But you navigate through that space, and I like the idea of like it being a sort of What would it be like? It would be like people are like lounging. It's got the museum feel where like some people are lounging and looking at books and conversing and things like that. Other people are doing like gazing at a particular paintings and things like that. It's like a lively space, but as you're walking your way through it, it's sort of got that, you know, like the Inception feel where time has stopped and you're navigating through these these spaces without these people realizing it. And as you get closer towards the end, there's like I think it's just simple. I think it's just like an iron door. Well, actually, well, we'll go ostentatious. I think it's like a door that is, it looks to be iron, but on the actual working of the door, there's like what's it called, where the ironwork is protruding outward, as if pressed inward, but in specific shapes and stuff like that. There's two figures of like angelic beings on either door that are holding spears, and they have been manipulated by force, as if somebody has like taken their hands and um, just like used pure force to shove their way in. So you see them like frozen in time, bent and protruding inward. And they used to be like really nice pieces of work, of whatever ironwork is called. But it's, you can see the like indents of handprints on the metalwork pushing it in. Do you know what I mean, Darren? You look confused.
Yeah, I got it. I'm just thinking it's like very tactless. Who's this monster is just like pushing on these doors? Could have just used the doorknob.
Yeah, I guess so. You could think that maybe they could get entrance though, right? In fact, maybe on the iron doors, you don't even see doorknobs. It's a place where nobody is meant to go except the allegory for a Gabriel in this place. Their horde. And as you go further in this space, there is like a dome shape that you go into, and there is like a light shining down from above on a small space that is being covered by, I'll show you a picture. There's another angel in the space who is leaning in. They don't look exactly like they're in that pose, but that's what they look like. I have a closer up one as well. Oops, did not copy paste. There you go. But you see them with their, you can see that they have 6 wings. Pretty cool, huh? Their wings are bent backwards, and they're the ones that are reaching forward to take the horn, which is standing alone on this like pedestal in this sort of like it probably has the feel of a sensory deprivation tank, essentially, inside of here. And yeah, it's like a dome with just one small sort of portal at the very top that lets in some light that would be like, I don't know, the size of like a fist or something like that, that pours down on the trumpet just to look cool. And this is where time has stopped. This is the like alarm bell, right? Where they've crushed open the doors. They managed to get to a point where they're reaching for the horn or the trumpet, both same thing. And that's when the alarm went off. Maria, were you going to say something?
Do we recognize this angel?
Yes. If you, well, they have their back to you, but I guess if you're like moving around.
Move around because time is stopped.
Yes, it's where's my notes? Where's my notes? They are Malak, which is another fallen angel. They're like another big deal, like the Belial, which I thought was going to be a little bit harder. But yeah.
Okay.
They're another fallen angel, and they're more like Belial was known as being a sort of like trickster, kind of like a Loki, basically. You know, like not super fighty, but uses words and manipulates people and stuff like that. And this is more of like I kill you now type person, or angel, I should say.
Okay.
But I think
What
as
if,
you're what?
what if Belial pretended to be caught just to be taken into heaven, and now he's gonna backstab us?
Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess that begs the question. I guess you're taking Belial with you because you can't just like leave him alone there, right?
Yeah, I thought we did.
Yeah, so if he's with you, then he's in real time, and I think he like sees what you're seeing, and he starts laughing. He's like, "You see, you're too late." And like, I think as you come in, you see like their hand touch the trumpet, right, in slow motion, like it's like, "Tick-tick-tick-tick-tick," and there's a trumpet, and it's like, "Oh shit, we're watching it." Oh, and then it touches, and then time goes into normal, and their hand starts to clutch it, and their head moves like really creepy, as if like if this whole scene was like a painting. It goes dig, yeah, exactly. If this was like a whole painting, their hand clutches the trumpet, and then their head turns to you, all like creepily, like horror movie-ish, and they kind of smile, and Belial starts laughing. What does everybody do?
I think I reloaded on the time that I think I reloaded and then shot him from the door before, like reloaded before we got here because I did have time to do that.
Okay.
And then shot him as soon as I recognized who he was.
Oh, okay. Like, so you're walking around, and as you see the hand is about to touch the trumpet, that's when you shoot?
Yeah.
Okay. What about everybody else? We'll say you each get like a surprise action before the time starts again. Any ideas?
Sabagay.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's battle time again. I draw my divine weapon and my shield, and I'm desperately charging forward.
Cool. What about Ariel?
I think that I am. I don't know.
Do you have a plan? Or do you just want more information like last time or anything like that? Or
So mystery bad guy has the horn in hand. Belial is cackling under restraint.
yeah. As they realize that you're too late, right? Like they're gonna grab it.
I mean, no, I'll just wait and see
Okay.
what everyone else is doing, because it seems like we aren't too late. Unless we disapparate immediately.
Well, I mean, like a round is, I think it's 3 seconds in this system, so you have like a 3-second window before they touch the trumpet, right? And then time will move normal again.
Yeah. A 3-second window. He's already been shot. His sword is out.
Yeah.
What's Gabriel doing?
Yeah.
I was just expanding that 3 seconds into more time. Since you're a time archivist.
God,
or time mage.
Your bullet's gonna fly very fast. I don't think we need more time.
I mean, we might if he just survives the bullet.
Oh, how resilient is a fallen angel to a bullet?
I shot Belial and he didn't die.
Hmm.
And this is like a warrior one. Belial is kind of like the whatever talky type. He's like he's like the Lord of Lies, basically.
So this bullet is just a fast arrow, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I like that. I want to expand time. Give us a longer surprise round.
Okay, sounds good. That's interesting. Okay, so let's see. How hard do we think that is?
I mean, it's probably very hard.
Yeah.
I'm trying to expand time in heaven.
Yeah. I'll give you the same thing, the D6 plus 2.
Mhm.
Is that fair?
I think so.
Okay. And then I guess you'll get a extra surprise round.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay. So roll your how much damage you take for expanding time.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Excuse me, roll for your party. Thank you. 1 and 18. 1 success.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh no. It's magic, so it happens. You're just rolling how much damage you take.
Oh, what am I doing? I rolled d20s. I need d6s. Right?
Yeah, that could be bad.
2d6 plus 2?
A d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus 1.
Yes.
Okay. So neat. I got a 5 plus 1 is 6.
You guys like taking 6 damage for your miracles. It's your favorite.
It's a good round number.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Interesting. Yes. Okay. And so Gabriel, what were you doing again?
I don't know.
Do you want to dart them?
Yeah, I guess I'll dart. Why else would I take these darts if I wasn't going to use them in the final hour?
Right.
Yeah, I'll dart them.
Okay, so roll 3d20s and then try to get below your AV.
Nice. 3d20.
Yeah. And then so it looks like so medical is hit and Uriel is hit, right?
Cool. And I killed him twice and I hit once.
Oh, twice. Okay. Okay, cool. So roll your damages and then we'll all narrate how this looks.
7 damage.
7 damage.
I got 7 too. This is spooky.
Okay. Well, that's good damage anyway. Okay, and then did you hit any of your darts? They automatically do 1 damage if you hit.
I think so. I got I feel like 3 and 4 are probably.
Yeah, that is the safe bet. So 2 of them hit. You said?
I think so. Yeah.
Cool.
And they're imbued with my voice.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so what does this dart stuff look like? It's the first time that we've seen it, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Can I flavor it with like? I guess I have like some devil knowledge. The heck, kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, I like to think it's like these. Maybe they're not like dots, but like they're like fragments of this demon's like deepest, darkest secrets that I'm privy to because I spent some time in hell, kind of thing. Like psychological warfare that does 1 HP damaged.
When they get hit, it like they see like memories that are shitty.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's like their vision just feel like they don't see heaven anymore. They see like visions of like their deepest like regrets and shames and stuff.
That's good. They see two of them.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And Manako, what does your attack look like?
I think. By the way, do I still have that creature's power about overcoming resistance?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Sure.
also, does that help me at all?
Yeah, you can tell it definitely helps.
Mechanically?
Yeah, like you do more damage, right? You
I don't know.
bypass their resistances.
You tell me.
It is, yeah, that's what happens. So I just added the damage.
Okay, thank
yeah.
you. So what I think happens is I just make like these 3 quick strikes in rapid succession, and I miss the first one, and I'm gonna say that I miss it in a way that forces my opponent in a disadvantageous position, so I can hit them twice. So like I try to go for the head, and they duck, and then I do 2. I slam the paddle on their shoulder, and then I swing it on the side and hit him on the head anyway.
Sounds good. And what about the bullet? What does that look like? Is it slow-mo?
Yeah, slow-mo bullet. I aim for the hand that's trying to touch the horn, so we get even more time to until he touches it.
But we'll say it hurts the hand, but I don't know if that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, I'll take that, but I want to get him away from the horn if possible.
Okay, sounds good. And what does slowing time look like?
I think that I'm gonna make this part of my divine weapons because I just want to see them on screen because I don't know what I know weapon for. But I think that stability robes start to whip up in some winds. That's maybe only affecting my robes. And from like the sleeves and whatever little folds along the robe, just the like light from this divine weapon comes out, and I think it just like maybe slowly fills the space, like strangely, light moving slowly for like 3 seconds, and then it explodes all of a sudden, and it's like a little wedge, a little door jam shoved in between real time and this created time. Does that make sense?
Sure, I think so. So it's like what do we see like visually though? Like as a TV show, how do we know that time has slowed more? Is it like almost start up and then it slows again or something?
No, I mean I think everything but us just freezes for 3 seconds, really, 3 more seconds. It's like I've injected time into the world that shouldn't be there.
Boom. Okay, sounds good. I guess everybody gets a surprise round again. It's very tricky. Okay. Interesting.
My weapon needs to reload, so I'm gonna take out my.
Oh, what was that? You broke
And
up.
I'll shove it in Malak's. Oh, sorry, my internet is shit.
What?
Shoving my sword up his face.
Oh shit. Okay, that's good.
Double positive because it's my slot, right?
Okay, yeah. Remember too, you can consume a slot to do double damage at some point too.
Oh, and this is apart from, like, this is instead of the double positive?
Yeah, you would have to forego the double positive to do the double damage. But you already rolled, or? Oh, you froze.
This is just once per day?
Let me check. I think it's once per slot that you can do it per day. But I will make sure. The deft. Blah, blah, blah. Double damage. No, it looks like you can just do it. It says deft characters may switch their double positive roll benefits for double damage if their vocation is relevant to the situation.
I mean, I'm just a bard.
Yes, so maybe not.
Alright. I thought I was double positive because I had the sword on a slot and I was using attunement.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. But since it's not your vocation, you won't get to substitute it for double damage. But you rolled double positive already anyway, right?
Alright. That makes I think Whitehack is so weird to me.
Okay.
Alright. That is a 1 and a 14, but the 1 hits.
Yeah, the 1 definitely hits. So how much damage? And then Louise is gone, maybe? Oh no, you're there. Okay, I just saw the side of your head. What does Manical want to do?
That's 5 damage, by the way.
5 damage. Got it.
So just so I'm clear, it seems like Uriel is fighting close quarters with this thing.
Yeah, it looks like Uriel has come up.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna protect him, but they have more HP than me.
Yeah. Well,
I haven't used my skill once, so I'm gonna use it now. I'm forsaking all other actions to take any attacks that go Uriel's way.
Okay, sounds good. And then what is the other two, Gabe and Ariel, doing?
Well, to be fair, you don't have to do that yet, Luis, because he doesn't get to act.
Yeah, it might be.
It's this,
he doesn't get to.
Surprise, right?
Yeah, it's a second surprise. So right after this, they will act.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. Time shenanigans. I'm gonna go with 3 attacks again. Oh, this is not good. I rolled a 20.
Oh yeah, that's a fail.
Is it a bad fail?
I don't think you can crit fail on a roll for AV if you're the strong. Let's see. Fade. It's not coming up anyway, so that's fine. But so you failed 1 attack or all of them?
I only hit 1.
You hit 1? Okay. How much damage did you?
3.
Cool.
It's not my happiest moment. I think as Uriel joins the fray, I just got I was going with a wide attack, and then I have to curb my movement so I don't hit him, and that makes me only manage to hit once.
Uriel fucked you up. Okay, what about Gabe? Gabriel. More darts?
I guess.
What?
Yeah, why not? I guess Catholic guilt is probably not like the appropriate. I don't know.
Well, I can see that, right? Like they have to relive all the bad shit that they did, basically, right?
Yeah.
Confessional darts.
Yeah, confessional darts. I love it.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay, so same thing. You roll 3, and try to get under your AV.
Cool.
Yeah. And what about Ariel?
What happens if you get your AV? I got 111 and the rest were 17s, and my AV is 11.
Oh, you got exactly 11?
Yeah.
That's double damage.
I do 2 damage.
Yeah, it's a crit, so it is 2, but I guess, you know, better than nothing, right?
Yeah, extra bad memories.
Yeah. What memory was that?
Probably something that they'd like super repressed because it's like a crit bad memory, right? So it's like they it's a thing they probably like squirreled away back in their consciousness, and I've just like ripped it out from like the back of their brain and put it right into the forefront. They have to like live up to.
Oh, you broke up a little bit at the end there.
Oh no. Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, I'm making them live their repressed memories by taking them from the depths of their darkest subconscious and putting it into the forefront of their consciousness.
All right. It was that time that God whipped him.
Yeah, exactly. That was terrible.
Yeah, peace. Cool. Okay, so what about Ariel? What are you doing?
Where's the horn at right now?
The horde's still standing like on the pedestal thing.
Oh.
They were just reaching for it, right?
I want to put a divinely impenetrable column of light around it.
I think that would be pretty hard, but okay.
It's just some light.
Well, yeah, but light that makes a like fallen angel basically, I don't know, it's like the 6th created angel ever to be like, nah, though.
With hierarchy.
Can I help it?
I don't know. Maybe we won't do that.
Okay.
I mean, you could do it, but it might fuck you up.
What's Belial doing? Just cackling? Well, I guess nothing cackling.
Celebrating his 2 legs.
It's been like, yeah, like 3 or 4 seconds, but it looks like they're Belial's like laughing, and it looks like kind of like struggling, like maybe they're like trying to get to something in their boot.
I think I'm just gonna sketch the scene to record it for posterity.
All right, sounds good. You're like, oh yeah, the darts are landing very well here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. All right, everybody, make a saving throw.
Saving throw. Okay, I guess. Does Angel Blood help?
That's an interesting question. I'll say that you can roll a double positive if you're holding onto your divine weapon that you got.
I mean, I only need one hand to shove a sword through someone's face. I can hold the musket in another.
I mean, would you be doing that though?
Yeah, no. Okay, sure, fine. I will roll one.
You're like, just in case, better hold on to my musket.
Accurate. That is a fail.
Okay. What about?
Is this a physical harm? Is this a physical danger?
No, it's not a physical danger. And what about Gabe? Well, you've got your. What is it? Like a blow dart gun or something? What shoots darts? Do you just whip them?
Where was it?
How do you is your dart weapon a thing that shoots darts, or do you just have darts and you throw them?
Ew. Ooh, yeah, it's probably like I don't know, like yeah. I feel like he blows through something, but I like to think it's sort of like, I don't know, he blows through like his fingers, and it's like some kind of like angelic, ethereal, like dark kind of thing. That's actually just like terrible memories.
Okay, I guess we'll say that you're holding your weapon.
Yeah, totally.
That's good. Okay, so when you make your saving throw, you can do 2 and take the lowest. And you're trying to beat your SV for that. Or ST saving throw. Did Medical?
Do I get to use my Bastion group for this? Like I'm trained to be a frontline angel?
Well, you're holding your divine weapon too, right?
What's that?
You're holding your weapon that you got too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so yeah, you can roll double positive.
Okay.
You passed? Okay. And what about Gabriel?
What does it mean when you roll on your SV?
That's a
Or
crit.
okay, I crit then.
Okay, wow, that's twice.
You laughed
Okay.
at my imaginary invisible dot.
Yeah, but actually, it's the thing. Okay, so for the people that failed, what ends up happening though is there's like a what would it look like? Yeah, I guess it would similarly look like the Galadriel thing that we saw with the other angel, where their sort of like entity went out of their body, right? That is kind of like, they don't expel it, I guess, but it's tied to their body, but it goes out of them, and it looks like horrific and demonic, and like a twisted, fractured, angelic self, and it causes you to like the people that fail. It makes you, well, mechanically, it makes you lose your turn, but I'm trying to make it cool. It makes you pause and like miss a beat, right? Like, because you're freaking out because it's fucked up. And time goes fast again, because even though their body was moved aside, that force, that entity, is the thing that grips the horn now, and things start to go fast again. And now we roll initiative. Oh, but we don't have much time. How many hit points there? Oh, you fucked them up pretty good. Okay, yeah. Instead of an initiative, we'll just have it the alternate way that it says, which is the creature goes last. So I'm going to make their turn now, since they've waited a long time. And then y'all can go, and you'll probably kill them, because you had 2 rounds of fucking them up for free. You guys have been quite crafty this session. Like, we extend time. Okay, so what was your thing that you did again that's protecting people, Medico?
I was gonna use my shield to take any attacks that Uriel was gonna take, but I didn't actually do that.
Oh, you did it?
No, I opted for your attack because I thought I was gonna go before the thing.
Okay. Well, we haven't seen that happen yet. So do you want to do that this turn instead?
Sure.
I mean,
Okay, because they're about to
yeah.
hit. Huh?
Honestly, I would. Well, my suggestion is to keep attacking because one, we don't have much time left, and two, I don't get to act, so there's no DPS unless Manacle is still hitting.
Yeah, you get 3 attacks. It is pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, we're not gonna see the shield. It's gonna be something that they put in the pilot and then they never used, and then I just carried the prop for the whole season.
Sounds so sad. Well, maybe in an epilogue, right? So, okay. So make your attacks. But they also are going to do... They do 5 damage to you, Uriel. And...
Okay, I'm at 8.
Okay, that's not too bad, yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, they like their entity thing that popped out goes back in their body, and they make like a smooth motion with their hand that is like a draw, and a slash so that they only get one. Usually they would have 2 things happening, but instead they have 1 because they had to draw as well. Because y'all were beating them up. Manacle, make your 3 attacks. And is everybody just attacking? Yeah, 2 whistle. Shadowfax, go! Cool. So make your 3 things. And then Ariel is just like, this is how that angel died. Cool. I'm pretty sure you're gonna kill it, but I guess you could roll poorly. But I think through the power of epilogue, you kill them.
Yeah, I managed to hit twice, and
Okay.
I got a 9 total damage.
Yeah. Total from both attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about blow darts?
One of them, and the other one I got a 20. So like,
Yeah, no.
I fell through them. I got one of them.
The other one you hit Uriel. No, just kidding.
I
I see a bad memory. I'm reliving this moment. Cool. So that's a total of 10, right? So Manacle. It's cooler for Manacle to land the killing blow. So we'll say the dart hits first, and then Manacle lands the blow. So they're all like, oh shit. And then the last blow kills them. So what does that look like, Manacle?
So going with the theme that my shield was useless the whole time, I'm just gonna say that I tried to go for the first attack, which I missed, and then I just get pissed, and I throw the shield out up into the ground, and I split my divine paddle in 2, and then I do a cross attack, working on that religious allegory, where I do a cross attack on the chest of this fallen angel, and the attacks. I think since the paddle has been broken in half, it now has sharp edges on it, and I use it to slice across through the angel's chest, and then I just sink my head into it, and when I emerge, I have like, I don't know, their heart in my thief or something.
Damn. Yeah, you went biblical on them for sure. Yeah. Cool.
I'm more an Old Testament on this.
Yeah. The damn. So how's that sketch Ariel? Do you censor it at all?
No.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, Bilal stops laughing. Yeah.
I think I make like eye contact with Belial as I sink my teeth into this heart, and the blood runs down my cheek.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah.
Shadam. And that's how you became evil and corrupted. Cool, okay. So epilogues, I guess. What do you guys do with Belial? What does it look like? Is it like a reform thing in heaven or what? Or do you just cast him out again? Peace, bitch.
No.
I mean, is there like intrinsic good and evil in this world?
Usually in biblical, it's pretty all doing it right or you're doing it wrong.
I guess we can't rehab them then.
Do you want to change it? I mean, it's not like we've been currently quite strict to biblical things.
I mean, I would like to. If we were down in Perdition and we could be corrupted, I think that there could be heavenly rehab.
What does that look like?
I don't know. Does Belial want to go to rehab?
Does he have a choice?
Well, yeah, it's rehab.
I don't know how to answer that.
If he does, Gabriel could be his sponsor because like Gabriel's also good, gone through a similar experience.
That's very sweet. I like that.
Well, in a lot of it, it's mostly them being jealous about God loving humans more than angels, and that's why they did the revolt, right? So maybe, I don't know, you know, got the love going on, right? Because they left because they were jealous and felt unloved, and started a, you know, civil war basically in heaven.
Well, maybe it's just some group sessions with other demons, right, where they can talk it out and find community and support within themselves.
So, to recap, we just ate a demon's heart out, and then we're gonna give them rehab.
Different demons.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Interesting. Yes. Okay. So, what else should we know about Ariel?
Ariel hopefully went back to the library and not to Special Forces stasis. And they probably cataloged the like portraits and sketches they had done, but I think a lot of time is spent recording the like names and like some of the stories of the people in Perdition and like filing that away. It's probably under a repressive evil regime. These people were just being forgotten.
Oh, okay. What about Gabriel?
Good question. I don't know. For some reason, I see him eloping back to hell with Bilal after Bilal's rehab doesn't stick.
Dang. So I guess yours didn't either.
Yeah, I just Bilal got in my brain, you know, and I couldn't help myself. It was just way too tempting.
I mean, it is your horn, so.
Yeah, Bilal was a really good kisser.
Yeah. So you make a beeline for it. You fall from grace.
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
And then the voice of God joins like the discordant, like droning harmonies of hell with those eyes and angel wings in amongst like the other tortured souls.
Yeah. Plot twist. Okay, cool. What about Manako?
So I think there's like those councils that go down when a war is over to judge the crimes, and he basically gets like a review of his performance on this mission, and it turns out he was more aggressive than he was supposed to be, and he says, "Fuck that shit." He's just like, "I did what I had to do. Everybody was incompetent. Nobody pulled their weight, except for Uriel. Uriel was awesome. He was shooting everything, but like." Ariel was making drawing while we were fighting the terrible angel, and I just give everyone in heaven the finger and I say, "I'm the best fucking soldier you got. You can do anything to me." And they say, "Okay, you can go home, but you don't have to go home, but you can stay here." And I just go into Perdition, and I just live the rest of my days as like this rogue vigilante angel. I'm basically like on a very broadly defined mission of battling evil, but I'm becoming more and more corrupt on Perdition for every day that I spend there.
Do we have like a showdown where like you have to try and hunt me down, but then I also make out with you, and then you also join hell in our?
Yes, I like that. It's like, Gabriel, we meet again.
Yes, oh totally. Yeah, I want to see this scene so badly.
It's like, once you stood behind me, but now you shall fall before me.
So good.
Nice. And finally, what about Uriel?
So I missed the part what happened to Ariel. You tried to give the demons rehab and failed, or something. What was it?
I mean, I guess Gabriel, maybe what happened was Gabriel sweet talked Belial into going, and then Belial was like, "Fuck rehab," and then Gabriel was like, "Yeah, heaven blows," and then they stole their dad's car and drove back to hell, and then Ariel has just been working in the library. Maybe called in as a witness in the ward in the tribunal against Manakel. I don't think I would speak in your favor though.
I think after this whole sitch, Uriel helps Ariel out in the in the library, sorting books and shit. And then I'm imagining the whole thing is like, someone is like, the narrator is either Ariel or Uriel, and we're telling the story of how Manakel became Manakel and Gabriel became demons.
Yeah, plot twists. And see that shit coming. People are like, "Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I think I know how this ends." You didn't. Cool. All right, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, I'll stop it here.